Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another speculation video. So we are back with a couple more SimGuru tweets that seem to be hinting at something potentially big coming in the future. Last week I did do a similar video about some SimGuru tweets surrounding a pair of redacted shoes. And I ended up using that as sort of like an initiative to do a full-on speculation video about what the next quarter could bring us. But this one is going to be a bit more simple, though it might end up being about something different from the shoes. Maybe it could end up being the same pack as the shoes, but it could be something entirely different as well. So we have another tweet from SimGuru Salo. Happy Monday! I just wanted to share, it feels great to wake up excited to work on the project I'm working on at the moment. No tease, but I'm excited. So this definitely does sound like a bigger deal than the redacted pair of shoes that he tweeted about last week, because I mean, sure, even if I did make the point again about how it's like, oh well, I mean, it could just be about a pair of shoes that looks really pretty. I don't know. I still get the vibe that this is about something bigger than like a single Create a Sim item. Personally, if I were in his position, I know I would only tweet something like that if it is something that I feel like is going to make a lot of people happy. A pair of tweets from SimGuru George makes this even more interesting. It's Monday, and I've got to write some funny object text this week. Then some time play testing the new redacted feature. So there we go. It definitely is about a feature this time, not just one little item. And then George adds, it's hard not getting to share all the details. However, it is great getting to see all your reactions to the latest releases. I can't wait to see the decor to the max builds. Especially with that second tweet in mind, it again sounds like we have a SimGuru who's just really excited to share what is coming up soon, maybe, but just can't because, you know, non-disclosure agreements. So yeah, that is definitely a feature that he's working on that's really exciting to him. But I wonder if this is a feature for a pack, or if it might even be a free feature that is coming sometime maybe during the summer or a bit later in the year. I'm even more glad that we have that Neighborhood Stories update now, the second part of it, because that can be crossed off of the speculation list for this video. It's not that, and I also have the feeling that whatever the SimGurus are talking about, it's not for anything that is already announced in some form, such as the Townie or NPC overhaul or the pronouns update. I think it is something that's just completely unannounced. I also wonder if it's possible this could be about a pack refresh. I'm really hoping that we get one this year, around maybe the middle of the year. So I think that could be possible, especially if it is something that people really wanted to have in the pack in the first place, like, say, actual scuba diving lots that we can visit with our Sims for island living. I think that would make many of us excited. I remember with the Summer of Sims roadmap last year, a bit after that, one of the SimGurus did say something along the lines of, the expansion pack is going to make many of you all happy. And that ended up being Cottage Living, basically the farming expansion pack. A lot of people, including myself, were asking for that. So I am starting to really get that feeling that the SimGurus expressing this much excitement is about something that is pretty hype-worthy, not just like some random kit or tiny little feature that only a few people really care about. I know there is the concept of gameplay kits, but we only had one, with no indication of us getting any more after so many Create a Sim and build ones. And even if we did get more gameplay kits, they'd still be about something pretty small in scale, like maybe a game night kit where you have some board games, or like a few sports activities, like I don't know, like the soccer net and one or two other things. I'm also pretty interested in seeing as to, in the end, whether the tweet from SimGuru George and the redacted shoes that SimGuru Sale tweeted about are for the same pack, or if they are about completely different things. If all this does end up being about a pack, I think it actually could be Generations. I know some people think that packs that are already released, such as Parenthood and My Wedding Stories, means that Generations is only going to be divided up into several different packs. But I don't think this is true. I think they can do both. I think they could still do Generations-like features in other packs, but still do the Generations pack. It just won't be exactly the same as what you might expect if you're comparing it to The Sims 3. There could still be some things like the prom night that you just saw on the screen there, or maybe having like sleepovers and adding canes for elders, and a bunch of just like features for different ages, but they could end up going in a different direction. If they have a new world with it, I could imagine there being a world that's not necessarily like a white picket fence suburban world, but something just completely different and more unexpected. Kind of like what they pulled with Snowy Escape, where I think many of us would have figured if they were going to do a pack like that, it was going to be in the Swiss Alps. Nope, it was in Japan. And I think that was actually a really interesting approach. And I think gameplay-wise, it could also have a different direction, maybe a more focused one, because I think they could also incorporate a bit of The Sims 2 free time into it, where it is also somewhat focused on hobbies. This could also lead into activities that the family could do together. I know I came up with that like game night kit idea, but that could be part of a Generations expansion pack as well. On top of that, I know some people were also speculating on my previous video that maybe those redacted shoes are ballet shoes. They actually do tie into an actual feature. And that could make a whole lot of sense for a pack that combines families and free time. Valet actually was introduced in The Sims 2 free time with that ballet bar. I think the SimGurus could actually be excited about a free feature though, because there are still some that people have been asking for years that still aren't in the game. Especially improved babies and cars, and they would also go with a Generations expansion if we were to get that this year. So I could imagine being like a SimGuru and tweeting something like what they have been recently. It's just like, oh, finally get to actually work on this feature that so many people have wanted. I also wonder if this could be about an occult, because we haven't had one of those in quite a while, and there are still some that people want, like werewolves and fairies. Though, from what I've seen, occult hype really peaks with spellcasters or witches, and we already got that with Realm of Magic, so I'm not really sure if any occults at this point would really fall into that same level of hype as the other things that I've mentioned. Whatever this thing or these things are, hopefully they are really good, because we need a major win here. The only one I think we've had this year so far is that Neighborhood Stories update. That was pretty good and just unexpected, because even though we knew it was coming eventually, it just kind of dropped just that day, and it's like, oh, well, okay, it's here now. Almost all of the DLC releases for the past half year or so have been kits, which I'm pretty sure are just worked on by a very small portion of the team. And it's not like the amount of free updates have radically increased during that time. So it does make me wonder, what has the rest of the team been working on? Yeah, there was that Neighborhood Stories update, which probably was quite a bit of work, but other than that, it's just like pretty small things here and there, like those Sims Delivery Express drops, and My Wedding Stories was a thing as well, but that is also just the game pack team, so I feel like there is still other stuff that is being worked on that's just waiting to be revealed that potentially could be just like major game changers, but it is taking a while. But that's pretty much it for now, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on those SimGuru tweets in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!